you order your CANEST Smart Toilet, it comes right to your door. It came in this big box. It was delivered right there for me. I put it on my kitchen floor. These are all sides of the box. It was packaged really well. I opened up the top. This is how you'll unveil it. And then there it is, all covered in styrofoam. I'm taking out everything there, layer by layer, and revealing the toilet that's well wrapped so nothing would get damaged during shipping. A great packaging design. And there is the toilet sitting on my kitchen floor, all sides of it. And here it is with the lid and the seat up. And here's the back of it. These are all the connections, all the lines are in there, everything you need to install it easily. And that's coming up next. I'm going to give you some detailed shots of different parts of the toilet. And then here's an overhead shot of it. And we see that the toilet seat was wrapped as well. And there was a box of hardware and other accessories right in the bowl of the toilet as it comes shipped to you. And that would include the installation manual that's in this plastic wrapper. I opened it up and you can see how well illustrated it is with directions and information for your installation yourself. And here on that is more information, very well illustrated. Everything was easy to understand. And here's your remote. It takes batteries and can be mounted on the wall. They give you everything you need for that. Here's a close-up of the remote. And here's your wax ring. And here's a dispenser for the soap to have that foaming feature. And here is a box of accessories that also contains the battery. This is the battery. I'll show you how to install that later. Batteries for the remote. They even send you that. And the flange that'll go into the hole in the ground in your bathroom. I unwrapped all these pieces. This is a ceramic installation kit. And I placed everything on this mat so you can see all the accessories you get, so you may install it. Now here's how you take out your old toilet to install your new CANEST Smart Toilet. Before you even start to deinstall your old toilet, you need to turn off your house water. I had a bidet, so the first thing I'm doing is taking off the bidet attachment of the clean water. Where the main water comes in, there's an angle stop. So I'm going to detach this hose from that. I'm using a wrench to do that, and then I'm unscrewing it with my hand. Once it's loosened, you'll lose a little bit of water because that's the water that's left over in the hose. You can absorb it with a towel or a little tray. And after the water is disconnected, you're going to take off the bolts and the screws that hold the water tank on to the old toilet. You take everything off and you just see that screw there. And now that the tank is loosened, we can remove it. It's heavy. You might want some help here. Now we're going to take off the decorative bolt caps. They're on the bottom of the old toilet. Below that, you'll find the bolt and the screws that the old toilet was mounted to. I'm using a wrench to do this. You're going to unscrew that bolt and take it off the screw, and off it comes. On the opposite side, we're going to do the same thing and take off that bolt as well. Up it goes. Now we lift the base of the toilet up because it's no longer attached to the floor, so we may remove it. This is heavy. You might want an assist on this move. And removing the base reveals the flange plate. That's that circular rusty thing in the bottom of my floor. It's called the flange plate. CANEST has given you a template of the base of your new toilet. This is so perfect, just in case you're even drilling this hole yourself. I'm going to lay this out because I wanted to see how it's going to fit with the hole I have. This is a footprint of what the CANEST toilet will be taking up in space. As well on that template, there are holes punched out where your screws are going to go in. It lets you know how the fit should be so it fits properly. The diagrams are excellent and the information is excellent in the booklet I use to install my CANEST Smart Toilet. Now I'm going to install the brand new flange plate over the old one and affix it with these screws. Here I am tightening up a screw. In my hand here is more hardware for the installation. Of special note is this thick bolt. We're going to need that plus the plastic piece. And this is going to secure the toilet to the flange. You're going to use the bolt and the plastic piece, which is the mounting bracket. And that's what's going to secure your toilet. I put the bolt in, I screw it tightly, and I use a wrench for this part. It's important to get this tight. I do this on both sides on top of the brand new flange. And it's going to look like this when done. One's going to be on each side of that toilet. And here's a new wax ring it comes with in the kit. I'm taking that new wax ring. I'm going to place it right in the center of the hole. It comes with a plastic piece I took off. And the paper's great because as you're touching it, it's not going to stick to your hands. I'm going to put it in with my hands, place it right over the center and press it down tightly. And then I'm going to peel off the paper. And there is your wax ring ready to accept your toilet base. In your toilet kit comes a T-valve that CANEST gives you. Now, the next step is attaching that into your water line. These are the parts you need to put tape on there. I suggest wrapping the tape 8 times to make it very thick. You don't want any leaks. Time to screw in the adapter nut with your wrench. Make sure it's very tight to prevent leaks. Now it's time to wrap the angle nut. And again, thoroughly wrap it at least 6 times to prevent leakage. On top of the main valve and the adapter nut, we're now attaching our angle stop that we wrapped really well with Lummer's tape. Around and around it goes until it's tight, and I use a wrench as well to prevent leaking. And this is what it looks like. I want to hold the shot long because this is an important part of the installation to get the angle stop correct. And again, you'll need lots of plumbing tape. Make sure you wrap it around at least 6 times on each sides for the A and for the B. Now simply connect. Here is a hose marked A. This is your bidet hose. The A hose is a braided hose that brings the clean water up to the bidet for all the cleansing action. You're going to be connecting these hoses to the angle stop. Hose A to angle stop A, that's clearly marked by CANEST. This made things so easy. I start it with my hands, and then I'm going to use a wrench to tighten it up. Done. And do the same for B. B is a water supply line for the toilet. Again, another braided hose. I'm attaching that. And again, you got to go real tight. Don't want to leak. CANEST also gives you a backup battery, which is very important because if your electricity were to go off, you still need to use your toilet. A backup battery should last a number of years depending on how much power outage you have in your area. You take out the screws on that backup battery, pop off the top, and inside you see the replaceable batteries you need to put in. They're all AA batteries. 5 on one side and 5 on the other side. It's so great to have the power to change these out yourself. Other smart toilets don't have this feature. That way you are in charge of your backup battery in case you use this a lot. You might want to make a routine. Every time you change your smoke detectors, you're going to change out the backup battery. And here's how you install it. On the back of your toilet, you're going to see a black cord with a red cap. That's going to line up with the black cord and the red cap of your backup battery. And you just connect it. It's so simple. I twist it together. It has a watertight seal, and that's going to go right in the back of your toilet. Now remember, this is all happening before we're placing the toilet on the wax ring. Everything's getting all prepped for that big moment of attaching your new toilet. Here is a long screw and caps that you're going to need to attach the toilet to your floor. So keep these handy because they're going to be needed once you place your toilet on the floor. Now is the moment. Place your toilet on the floor, aim, shoot, and fire. Make sure it goes right over the wax ring and goes over those 2 plastic mounting brackets. That's very important to place this correctly. I think you're going to need help on this part. And once it's placed on the floor properly and all lined up, you're going to take that long screw and put it inside to secure it. Now that's attaching to those mounting brackets right inside. So you might have to fuss a little bit to make sure it goes in there and is grasped by the receiving threads inside that you don't see. So this might take a little time to get right, but it's an important step, so make sure you do that right. And after they're screwed in, you put on the pretty little caps on the edges. They snap right on. Here I am getting the other side in as well, and the cap goes right on. We're almost done. Connect the electrical to the electrical socket next to your toilet. And if you don't have an electrical socket, you'll need to get one. And it should be approved to be in a bathroom. It's a 3-prong plug, and it's auto reset in case it were to get wet. A safety feature CANEST gives you with the plug. After you plug it in, you'll see the 2 reset buttons in case you pop a fuse if it gets wet on the exterior because of CANEST's great safety features. And now your toilet's in place. Look at how great it looks. We got a couple more steps. You got to caulk the edge of the bottom. You want to have a seal there. Now it's time to set up the remote. The remote has 2 AA batteries that go in the back of it. And check out this remote. This is amazing. Does all kinds of things. CANEST gives you a mounting bracket you can put right on your wall so nobody walks off with your remote. To install the mounting bracket, there's 2 ways. The easiest way is just to stick it to your wall where it's in arm's reach. I just use a sticky, but if you wanted to, they have holes you could put screws into the wall. CANEST also has a foaming feature to clean the bowl of your toilet before every use. You can use machine automatic dishwasher fluid, which I've done. You would use that for half the quantity, and the other quantity you're going to fill up with water so it's diluted by 50%. Shake it up, and now this is your dispenser. And here's how you fill the dispenser. You just squeeze it in to the fill line, and that'll last you a number of months.